This is the first day of beekeeping. We're looking at the pussy willow that's had loads of bees on. You see Maurice is having a look to see if he can see any more. Been feeding very well. We're just going to do an inspection of the hives. As I say, it's the first time we've had a chance to look into them this year. These are the nooks that we have wintered. There's a feeder on top. We've been feeding them syrup for a while to try and bring them through.
This is not very big. In fact, it's very small. There's the queen.
Where Maurice has just pointed out the queen. Although the hive is very small, we're hopeful that we will get it through the summer.
Some of these colonies blew over in the wind during the winter, of course, and we didn't catch them until a day or two after. As you can see from these, look, these are dead bees in these cells. This little colony must have been on the verge of starvation when we started to give it some syrup. The queen is starting to lay a little bit, so it might just pull through. Checking one of the heart apiaries. This one's situated in a apple orchard, early spring. No blossoms on the tree yet. It's a nice warm spring day, the end of March. These are working well. Although the apple blossom's not out yet, as you can see they're bringing lots of yellow pollen in, probably willow from somewhere. Pollen coming in like this is a pretty good indication that all's well inside. Quite strong, that does. We're giving them all a pollen patty. Don't know whether it does any good or not, but we'll work on the theory that we've got it, so we'll give them it. There's a cover board, don't we? Made some crown boards with an extended fillet in there, so that it just gives them enough room for the pollen patty. Should be fine.
Today is the 6th of April. Maurice is making the first nuke up into a full hive. The problem we've had is that it is a double nuke, so we've had to move it a little while and put the new hive up to it, so that when the flies come back they will go to the new hive. As you see. Just shaking the frames to make sure the queen is there.
There's the queen. That's it.
See your hand. Where?
Strong, let's say it's come through winter. Starts to put some patches of drone brood up, look.
Put the frames in the centre of the hive, and as you see the new frames is put into the front and the back to fill it up. See, the bees have accepted the new hive And as they fly back, they're gradually going in.
Bit of brace comb up, bumblebee, red-tailed one, ever the opportunist, helping himself to a bit of nectar. See how long its tongue's long enough to reach right down to the bottom of those cells. Look. I'm pretty certain what I'm going to find in here. This is a heat that was on from last season when we treated them with Apistan. And for some reason it got left on, and I bet I know what's happened. Barney Bear beekeeping. It can happen to the best of us. And you can bet your life the queen's somewhere in there. All we can do is shake them all down into this brood box and hope that we've got the queen. Right. Yes, we'll put this on the top of the brood box.
Put that on top of a super.
Try it, yeah. That's what we'll do.
Seven buckets, £30 buckets, starting off then, £50 if you like.
Here we are at the North auction. It's held every year.
150 we've got. Two anywhere? Two?
Auctioneer Andrew.
350? 350? Four with you. Anybody else coming in? Going to sell at 4 then, selling at £4, and it's number 74. Just remind you, you need to register if you want to bid. How many have we got here? 7 again. 7 again. We're starting off then at £3 we've got, 350 anywhere. £3 we have. Going to sell at £3, 4 we've got, £4. £4, any advance on £4. Going to sell at £4 to you, 450. 450. 5 anywhere. 450 with you, sir. Going to sell at 450 then. 5. Anybody else coming in? Okay, starting off at 5 or anywhere. 5, 6. 6 I've got. 7, 8. 8 anywhere. 8 we have. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 18.
A very young beekeeper. If she'll turn around, I'll take a film of the young beekeeper.
At 20. Selling at 20 then. Yeah. Ron,
Here's a young beekeeper. Brought her family out look, for the day.
Found anywhere?
Don't know who the old geezer is cuddling up to her, but he looks a bit suspicious.
15, 20 anywhere. 15 with you at the back. 20, look at the 20. 20. 25 anywhere. 25. 30 anywhere. No, it's 25 with you then, Jenna. 26. 26 will help. 26. You're going to sell at 26 pounds then. Oh, sorry, one of
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Yeah, look ready for a super. They're across at least 8, 9 frames. So, right, you know how much these things cost. Who's going to start me at £100? 60 to start then. Come on then, 60 we have, 70 anyway. 70 we've got, 80, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 120 with you, sir. Anybody else interested? 120, 130, you bid it. 130, 140, 150. 140 with you then. Have you all done and finished at 140? We're going to sell at 140. Sold. 46. You get that, Bob? Yeah. Yeah. What number 82? Same sort of treatment. Yeah. You all hear that? Same treatment as the last ones.
This is the first day of the learners from the course on their bee season session. As you see, they're all gearing up ready to have a look in the hives.
That one. But the funny thing about it is, if you pick that super up, well, it's hard to the back, but it's into the front, the storing supply in the front. Yeah? If you pick it up, it tips forward, you see, doesn't it? Look, see, look. Woodpecker. Look, here, look, woodpecker.
Do they go into it, Maurice, to get the honey, or is it the bees after?
The bees are after, yeah. Like I say, not very big, yeah. Tons of food, look.
As Maurice just found the queen and he's just marking her so that we know where she is next time.
Well, the only difference, the reason I like this, you can do that and leave her in there for a minute or so until the paint dries.
Oh, okay.
That's
This is some of the beginners, just first time handling the hives.
Send the pictures to Hello Magazine.
I'm a bit technical then. Other wheat products are available.
You notice when I lift the frame out, I'm lifting it up straight. There is a tendency with a lot of beginners to sort of rake it out at an angle, you know, and then you're crushing down. Yeah. So you've got to be careful. I mean, this is a very, very lightly populated queen. See, the queen may have been there and has now gone. I mean, run along the floor and up into the... So we've not seen this queen as something. We'll have another quick look.
You want to have a look, see if the queen has laid eggs in the cook kit system. This is part of our annual queen rearing at Ladywood Farm in Mr. Chase. Difficult to see where she's laid in here. Yeah, I've got some eggs in there. Got some new eyes, I think. This is a cook kit system. You pop the queen in there. hopefully she lays eggs in the cells, which are in these little cups at the back. Once she's laid some eggs in the, once you've got enough, you can let her out and there you go. Yeah, some eggs in there. There's the queen, as you can see, look. Yeah, there's eggs in quite for herself. So we just plop her back, wait for the eggs to hatch, and then on to the next procedure. Top box full of honey, of course, as usual. Lovely. Another success.
Which we put in a cell cup holder. Oh, look at the size of that one. Too big.
Oh, it's too good. That was a
Granddaddy one.
It has been in it was in a day and a half, I think, so.
Oops.
Oop.
Perhaps we better not
That
use
will
that
have a
one.
headache. Put them into these little plugs into these little cell bar holders, look.
Yeah, we've got loads of these.
The larvae in here is that small, look. Nearly impossible to see them. And you certainly wouldn't graft them. Well, I wouldn't. Not with my eyesight. Oh, sorry.
Are you able to zoom in onto that?
I've got to.
I'm moving too much.
No, it's me. Right. What's that?
About to open up this rearing colony.
You're going to give me a lift,
Yeah.
because it feels heavy. in the unhouse?
Yeah. Well, it's near the window, but on the wall side. There's two fairly clean ones, unsealed.
Right, both frames have been taken out and been taken in the box so they'll keep warm till we take them to the house to move them.
It's a particularly strong colony which is double brooded. The brood box at the bottom containing the queen, with the cloak board in between, and this is the front entrance. The bottom hive is then turned round with an entrance at the back. And this is the second brood box, which we lift up some new unsealed brood into here when we're rearing. So we keep the queen in the bottom, and this is the cloak board.
We're going to...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't know, I suspect those two are empty. That's probably got one in.
We're going to fill these mini nukes up, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, well, those two.
These are empty,
yeah. Well, we could show people.
That was just looked at, yeah, that's good. Oh, it is little strips of wax, look. Cup full of bees in there. Fondant in the feed.
Well, I put some water in as well,
Have you?
because
Right.
I thought they might be a bit thirsty 3 days.
And then you need them, you shut them up for 3 or 4 days in a cool, dark place before you let them out one evening. And hopefully you get a queen at the end of it.
Yeah. Well, is it best if we make up a frame for you with half of them on? You take one frame and I'll...
Yeah, you can do it right, yeah.
Well, looking in there might be something in there, but those two seem to be empty, don't they?
Yeah.
And those are probably alright. I don't call that, is that 12?
Right.
There's roughly 19 on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you've got 12 on there, you want to have 12 and 18 is 14. Alright, 30.
30.
Yes,
15
it was 36, so we've got less than we thought. That's because they're
Yeah.
covering them up, isn't it? Strange that they should actually draw them all and
Yeah.
put it in. These are all dark.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I reckon you want there, don't you? Well,
Okay.
I reckon there's 13 on there, so I want a couple more.
13.
I've got your
Right.
frame in there.
Right. Are you happy with that then?
Yeah, good. lifting.
Get that weaned in.
Shall we just try one for the sake of the camera?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is lucky number 7.
Oh, this is
Most of the
perhaps
subs
a bump
in it.
down, a bump up.
Yes, I do.
Have we got some, perhaps, get much of some water as well? What do you reckon?
We've got,
You've got a spray?
oh, is it in the back of the truck still?
No, mine's in the back. I just thought a quick spray on the
Yes,
top.
yes, it is. Yeah, buzzing away. One of them this morning, £2.
£2? Right, I've got 2 of these for £1.
Right, okay. Is it pumped up ready?
Yes. Just give a bump down. That's it. Oh, it's got one there, hasn't it? Right, get her in. This is one of the original ones I put in. I think the new ones are a bit wider.
Wider apart.
Well, you've done the same with that as what I've done, cut a bit out, haven't you?
Yes. That's to let it down rather than, it's
Yes.
not so much apart, it's to
Yeah,
let
but
the...
what I'm saying is I think these new ones,
Right.
you can move them enough to get them down, I thought.
I'll just try that one. I don't think... I didn't try last night, I just thought they looked the
So
same.
just try between there. Yeah, oh, get them good. Is that not a good one?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I'll just try it. What I was saying was, try it.
Oh,
I thought it just went in there, look. So I thought the new ones were perhaps a bit different, that was all.
How much did you spend on it? What?
Lovely jubbly. Job's a good one. You have to get your own spray in now. Once the mini nukes have all been filled with a cup full of bees, of course, and given a queen cell, they're left in a cool dark workshop for 3 or 4 days and then brought to one of the art apiaries and released. And hopefully the result will be some nice new queens.
We're at the North Wheatley apiary. As you see, there's all Maurice's hives. And we've just arrived only to find that there is a swarm. So we're now going to try and collect it. As you see, there's quite a large swarm in this apple tree. Come on. Unfortunately, we haven't managed to bring the skep, so we borrowed a cardboard box to do this in. You see Maurice is brushing them off. We've tried to shake them, but they're not going, so obviously he's tried to mutt them out. And just emptied the box onto the top of the hive. We're just hopeful that we've got the queen doing it this way. As you see, Maurice is trying to get the rest down, the last few still remaining. And we put in the hive underneath the tree. We'll hope that eventually, if the queen is there, instead of going in the tree, they will come back down to the hive.
One of the most anticipated days of the beekeeping year for the Nottinghamshire beekeepers was a visit to David and Judith Chase's farm at Ladywood for the annual field day. Beekeeping can be a family affair, of course. Barry explaining to some of the newcomers.
Show you in the dry without any bees, because you can hear me better and you can see things better. You just have to imagine the bees and frames in. You can manage that bit, right? Okay. Well, this is basically as you would be at the end of winter, getting into spring. And I've chosen this one as a strong colony, which is a double brood, and then put the float board in and use it as a rearer. So in this case, you just have to, every frame I've got at the moment is in use. And nearly all my boxes, all my nukes, everything is in use. So you'll have to imagine it. So at the beginning of spring, that will be full of active, very, very strong bees bursting to get going. Then you start off by double brooding it. Basically a double brood is just that. I don't mess about with brooding and half because we need to, at this stage, to be able to move some frames from downstairs to the top box.
So what would you do? Would you sort of split the bottom and the top box and fill up the foundation, or would you just
We've got complete foundation in the top box, and if they're strong enough, 2 weeks and it'll all be dry. Half full of one, ready to go. But they do have to be strong. So then when we're getting ready to put the cloak board in, we have to change things around. So we turn the hive around so that the entrance, the original entrance, is now at the back. Okay? And then we put foam in the original entrance. Cloak board on. Again, we've only got 3 cloak boards and they're all in use, so we'll have to imagine this is a cloak board.
What is a cloak board?
I'm just trying to show you now. It's basically a wire excluder like this, with a raised piece either side, so you have an entrance at the front. This is timber all the way around. And there's a slide in the bottom, so you make yourself a board up like this.
After all the beekeeping, of course, the food. A young beekeeper, a local bunny hugger. Yeah? Everybody enjoying the food. The chairman and his lady tucking in. Last move of the year, of course, is up to the heather. As you can see, it's middle of August. Heather's well in flower. Here we are at the Maurice show, which is an annual show that the Dutch beekeepers have been involved in for 100 years or more.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
What's that opening the
As you can see, it's very busy inside the marquee.
wait for you?
Staff busy selling honey and candle rolling.
Oh, have you made a candle? No. Oh, wow.
Lots of interest in the observation hives, of course. Questions being answered. Want to know something? Just ask, and I'll tell you. The last operation of the summer, of course, is to fetch the bees back from the moors. And as you can see, it's cool and misty. No sign of any bees flying. Half an hour later, fully loaded, sun shining. David and Nicky wondering how to get everything on the trailer. Well, it all came, so still go back. Called out this morning by the owner of this orchard where I've got some hives, and as you can see there's a large tree being blown over in the gales. You can hear the wind, it's quite strong wind, and it's done quite a lot of damage to the looks of things. Although the damage is considerable, it's surprising what bees can survive. It's the 5th of January, which is a good start to the new year. Although it looks horrendous, the temperature is quite mild for the time of year, about 5 degrees centigrade. Even though the hives are upside down, as you can see there are still live bees inside, so I'll just put them back together and hope for the best. Help is at hand. As you can see, we've got the tree sawn up into manageable lengths. Just a matter of getting the colonies back on the new stands. Got my assistant back to help me, of course. All happily back on the new stands. Hopefully no worse for their ordeal. We'll see better in spring. All part and parcel of a beekeeping season.
It's the beginning of January and Maurice has decided to treat the bees with oxalic acid, which you see is all gowned up ready. Just opening the hive. And it's trickling 5 ml of acid in each strip.
They've all been treated with oxalic acid, so it became quite obvious at the time that they was getting a bit short of stores, so we gave them all a block of fondant. This of course have been caused by an extremely mild winter, and even though they was well fed, they've consumed a lot of stores. These are what we call semi-detached hives. What it is, it's a full brood box with a split down the middle and a nuke comprising either side, of course. And they seem to have a winter better like this because they are they operate the same as what a full colony does as regards warmth in the middle. Come the spring you'll find that the brood is concentrated in the middle of the two nukes, side by side of course. Oh, that one's heavy. That's not bad. That's a bit light. That one's really heavy. That one's heavy. Woodpeckers. Woodpeckers. Look. Woodpecker damage. Bit like shutting the stable door when the horse was bolted, but after the recent woodpecker damage we're wrapping all the hives in black polythene bags trying to stop any more damage.